Ladies and gentlemen, today I want us to cover the aftermath of the impeachment of His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua. Yesterday, the National Assembly made an historic impeachment, being the first impeachment of a deputy president under the new constitution of 2010. At first, we thought it was a joke and a showdown between the MPs and the deputy president. But yesterday, the reality came out. The DP was able to defend himself in front of the members of parliament. He attended that session. Being a home member of the House, it was not the first time for him to appear in the House. He defended himself, and for those who followed what was going on yesterday, as you saw, nobody was bothered. In fact, when the DP was speaking, the members were moving around, they were making a lot of noise. They had already made up their minds. Whether the DP is innocent or guilty had already been decided by the said members of parliament. 281 members of parliament voted for the impeachment of Rigathi Gachagua. 41 voted against the impeachment. The rest were nowhere to be seen. The likes of Babu Owino, the likes of Didi Nyoro were nowhere to be seen. They chose to be watermelons, and they were not able to take a decision on a very serious issue like that one of impeachment of a deputy president. But that's not our discussion today. Today I want us to discuss the hidden card that Rigathi Gachagua has after he has been impeached by the National Assembly. But before we do that, allow me to take this time to thank each and every one of you. Thank you for leading to my poll that I've been polling every day, asking you to subscribe to this channel. As I told you, I always work very hard to improve my video quality, and as you can see today, I've now started my office where I'll be recording my videos. I have an office for recording in my apartment. And as you can see, the clarity of the video is now very okay. There are some lights, the stand is working very well. And we will always work very hard to bring you better and quality videos as time goes. But for now, let us do what we have. Thank you for your continued support by subscribing to this channel. I think today we are at 1.6. From last week we moved from 1K to now we are at 1.6, and I hope by the end of next week we'll be at 2K subscribers. Thank you for the continued support. Maybe very soon we'll monetize. Now, yesterday, the National Assembly of Kenya impeached one man, His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua. Rigathi Gachagua is a very smart politician, and also is very naive to some extent, because a very good politician will, at first he will have, what he will have done immediately after he was sworn in as the member of parliament was to build bridges instead of burning them. You see, Gachagua worked very hard to burn bridges. Even in the 48 laws of power, in number 47, Robert Greene tells us, you must know when to stop it. You see, when you start a war, you have been fighting Uhuru Kenyatta so that you win the presidency. Now you have the presidency, you have the DP, why still fight Uhuru Kenyatta? So instead of keeping the bridges, Gachagua worked very hard to burn the bridges. He was fighting Uhuru Kenyatta, fighting Raila Odinga, fighting everyone who came on his way when he was still a very powerful deputy president. But look now, 2 years down the line, Gachagua needed Raila Odinga the most, he needed Uhuru Kenyatta the most, and his great friend, William Ruto, has abandoned him. It's very unfortunate, but that's the reality of life. So Ruto has been very silent since this process started. He hasn't said any word, but I'm sure what he'll tell us immediately after Gachagua is impeached to the head. He will come and tell us, oh, I respect the three arms of government. Each institution is independent, and now Parliament has done its role as an independent institution. But now, there's something that as I watch this thing, I'm thinking. Those who watched what took place yesterday in Parliament, Gachagua was very confident, he was relaxed. In fact, he was like, I don't care. You can choose to impeach me or not impeach me. There's something that I think that if you see Gachagua was very happy, you see, like if you are being impeached, there's a way you will behave. you will behave like someone who is done, you have been fought and now you are down completely. But Rigathi was really composed from what I saw. And I'm telling you, there's an hidden card which Rigathi is doing, that he is planning to do. Because I want to insist this. The Senate of the Republic of Kenya may be planning to save Rigathi Gachagua. And you see, the Senate is not like the National Assembly. You see, the National Assembly has 349 members of parliament that you must speak to them, you must approach them. But in the Senate, we only have 68 members, 67 members of parliament, plus the Speaker, 67 members of parliament. The GG needs only 45 minus 67. 55, that is 20. He only needs 22 senators to save himself from this. And if they are going based on the delegation, it's only 17 members of parliament. I want us to do a mathematics. You see, I'm just doing my mathematics based on what we have observed. All the senators from the Mount Kenya region, the Karungo Wadangwas, my good friend Senator Medu, who was also affiliated with Port University, the same institute that served as president. We have Karungo Wadangwa, John Methu. This guy was almost like the senator from Murang'a, John Nutu, Waume Matinga of Nyeri, Tabitha Karanja or Tabitha Kerocha of Nakuru. All these senators, we have the senator for Lamu, no, not senator for Lamu, the senator for Nyandarua is Methu, senator for Kirinyaga, Murango, the senator for Laikipia, Kinywa. So if you count, we have 11 Mount Kenya region senators. And I saw pictures of them, the pictures of the senators trending. I'm sure you have seen them online. All the senators from Mount Kenya region went to meet His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua at his current residence. So those are 11. So assuming all the 11 of them will vote for Rigathi. So 11. I saw Cherargei yesterday. He accompanied the DP when he was going to the National Assembly. So Cherargei automatically will vote against the impeachment. Those are 12. Of course, Okiya Mtata is always an independent-minded person. He will vote no. So he will vote no against the impeachment of Rigathi Gachagua. You have the senator for Lamu, because he's a Kikuyu and he's a member from the Mount Kenya region. He may choose to stand by one of them. That is 14 senators that the DP will be having. We have the senator for, which other senator? Senator Mandago is not that person who opposes things. I know Senator Mandago, he always follows his conscience. He's an independent-minded like Cherargei, but one thing that may force Mandago to vote yes, the issue of Finland saga, you know that one, they use that one to bring him down. So he may vote yes because of what he is facing, currently because of the Finland saga. But let us add Mandago, those are 16 senators. People like Veronica Maina, she's a Kikuyu. She may choose to stand by one of their own. Those are 18. There are 17 senators. Rigathi will be losing only 3. What about Richard Onyonka? Onyonka will say there are many things that we are facing as a country, and impeaching Rigathi is not an option. So maybe you can add Onyonka there. Another person who can be convinced to save Rigiji. Tom Otienda of Kisumu, which are the senator for Narok, or the senator for Samburu, or Kajiado. Can they save Rigiji? Which are the senator from the Rift Valley? What about the senator for Elgeyo Marakwet? Can he really stand by Rigiji like what Tim Kipchumba from Marakwet West did in the National Assembly? What do you think about Karen Nyam? I forgot another thing, another fact. Kalonzo Musyoka has whipped the senators of his Wiper party to stand by Rigiji. Wiper has 4 senators, 3 elected and 1 appointed. So those are 4 senators. Supposing all these senators decide to stand by Rigiji, by virtue of they are listening to their party leader, who is Kalonzo Musyoka. So if you add the 18 plus 4, that is 22. And you can just mobilize others. Try to convince others. Even buy You can buy senators who are viable. Those who can be bought from the other parties. I know UD has the majority parties, the majority senators, followed by ODM. ODM, I think they have 16 senators. So you can try approaching those, and it is very easy to meet the 22. And you see one thing about the Senate, they will always work very hard to please the master. They're working very hard to show that they are mature, they are independent, and they cannot be manipulated by anyone. So they may choose by virtue of to be seen by Kenyan citizens to be good, they may decide to serve regardless. But let's assume the Senate decide now it is over between us and Rigathi, it is over. And they decide now we want to impeach Rigathi. Rigathi must go home. This is the card that I think even the regime himself is planning to use this card. In fact, this is his last and the best card. You see, courts in this republic, they are very independent. They are very independent, and they cannot be manipulated. We were talking with a friend. One of my friends told me, "Oh, you see, Ruto, he has both the legislature and the judiciary." But I told him, this matter is taken to High Court. How many High Courts do you have in the Republic of Kenya? I'm very sure, because he never resigned. You know, I thought he may resign towards the end, but he never resigned. It means this card of going to the courts will work in his favor. And you see, what does the regime need? Just identify a friendly court with friendly judges. He may go to any high court, maybe a high court in the area, and they have people that from his home backyard, and he speak to them and they talk to the judge. The moment this impeachment is done in the Senate, they will immediately go to the courts to challenge the impeachment. And if they have talked to one judge, they have paid the judge very well, the judge will come up with a judgment and says, as we wait, the matter to be determined in these courts, and you bring your evidence, Rigathi is not impeached, you will go back to the office to work, and the matter will be heard maybe 2 months or 2 weeks after this, or 3 months or 6 months. That will happen very swiftly. We have seen that happen. We saw the governor for Embu, who served for 2 terms, Martin Wambora. Martin Wambora was impeached almost 15 times, but he was able to serve his 2 full terms without interference because the courts reinstated him as soon as the impeachment was done in the Senate. We have seen the recent one, the one for Kawira Mwangaza. Kawira Mwangaza was impeached by the members of the county assembly. Then the members of parliament also impeached him, and before we knew it, we went to the court, and the following day she was in the office launching projects, signing money. As we are speaking today, Kawira Mwangaza is still the governor for Meru. This one, I'm telling you, this one will happen in favor of the regime, because what happened yesterday in parliament? They put all the allegations in one vote. That one again is not fair. They were supposed to vote on each and every. There are always 3 charges that you impeach a DP or a president on. Number 1 is gross violation of the constitution. Number 2 is gross misconduct, and the other one is gross violation of the constitution, gross misconduct, and abuse of office. 3 of them. They were supposed to make 3 votes. You say now, based on the evidence that has been provided by the move of this motion, we are now voting. How many of you support that Rigathi should be impeached on the basis of abuse of office? Like that. How it has always been done with the senators and the governors and previous impeachments on the governors. So if this is what happened, that one can be challenged in the courts. Number 2, the deputy speaker and the speaker already had pronounced themselves before they went ahead to speak about this matter or to come up with this impeachment. That means they were partisan. And you see, in the rule of justice, in the natural justice, what do you say? The person who is supposed to provide justice should be neutral. We saw Gladys Boshole in rally saying, Rigathi will be the one who is facilitating Rigathi to go home. We saw Moses Wetangula saying, people like Rigathi should have gone home a long time ago, they should be in jail. And you see, these are the same people who are the referee. How fair is it in a game where the referee has decided that this person will win this game even before the game has started? So there are several grounds and several mistakes that this process has been has been done during the process that are challengeable in the courts. And I'm telling you, the courts will save regardless. Even if the High Court throws him away or throws him under the bus, I'm telling you, the Supreme Court will reinstate him. And if the Court of Appeal doesn't do that, the Supreme Court will do. Let's wait and see. But I'm telling you, don't celebrate. It is too early to celebrate that refugee is going home. Because we still have the Senate first. And I think if I'm a refugee, I should not be sleeping right now. I should be calling these senators. The Cherages of this world, the senator for Samburu. We could approach some of these senators. I saw maybe some of them are from, even Kalon is a sober person. We may decide to go against this impeachment. But as of now, those are the two cards that regard the us. He either works with the senators because I think he has the numbers in the Senate. If you start by 11, you see it's very difficult to impeach somebody. But to save yourself from impeachment, you don't need a third. The person who is impeaching you needs 2/3 of the vote. Otherwise, until next time, this is Hirram Kemei. If you watch this video until this particular place, kindly tell me how is the quality of the video and the quality of the audio. I will appreciate to know so that we may improve our services as we move forward. Until next time, this is Hirram Kemei. Have a blessed day ahead.